Hi everyone and welcome to new episode of Pop Yap and today I have a very special guest and her name is Beau Madison. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? How's your day
Yeah,
been?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have you here. How's your day been?
Yeah, good, thank you. Been stuck in London with the travel. It's been awful, so busy. The trains just were not working. They were just not in my favor today. So, yeah, but apart from that, very good, thank you. How has your day been? What have you been up to?
I had a doctor appointment and that's basically it. So, yeah.
I hope you're okay. Are
Yeah,
you okay?
yeah, it was just like a checkup or something, so everything's good. I have a pretty bad allergy, so that's why.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good, good.
We can get into it. So I have questions prepared, but we can
Mhm,
share more. I sometimes ask things that, just come into my mind. But
yeah.
yeah, maybe we can start with your journey as an artist. What led you to music, and who were some of your biggest influences growing up?
So I have been singing since I can literally remember, probably since I could talk. I've been singing. And yeah, I just always loved it. When I was younger, I did a lot of performing arts. So I would be in like the theatre a lot and doing lots of like dancing, singing, acting. And then I think once I got to maybe like secondary school, I was like, that's when I really want to pursue music and singing. And my biggest influences growing up, there's so many, but I would have to say Ariana Grande, I think, just because she's just the ultimate pop star. I just love her. She's amazing. Everything she does. I just love her songs. Her voice is incredible. Her stage presence, just, yeah, I've always looked up to her. I just love her.
Oh, I love it. I love Ariana as well. She's so strong
hmm
and
Everything
hardworking.
she's been through. Yeah.
What was the moment when you realized music would be a major part of your life? I mean it in like a professional way. Like, did you have a particular experience or performance that made it feel real?
Um, Yeah, I mean, I think like going through stuff that I've been through, like breakups and other things, really, and then just being able to write what I'm feeling down in like a song was when I was like, this is just what I love to do. Like I would write songs. I've been writing songs since I was maybe like 13, and obviously, oh my God, they were so bad when I first started. Like I would like read some of the things in like my old books, like what I've wrote, and oh my God, they're so bad. But yeah, and I just think being able to express what I'm feeling through songs and through music was just when I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And I've always performed, and just every performance I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Do you remember like the name of your first song or like a proper song when you really could be like, yeah, it's finished, but you never put it out because you were young?
I mean, probably all of them was something to do about heartbreak when I'd never experienced heartbreak before. So I was like 13, 14, not experiencing anything like that, not knowing what heartbreak was, and I would just write songs about that, and yeah, it was probably all about that, but I had no experience of it, so they were just so bad.
No, I mean it's kind of different when you can relate to it, but I mean, hey, like it's fun sometimes to like
Yeah.
pretend and be delusional for a second.
Yeah.
Like
100%. Yeah. I'm so delusional sometimes. I love it.
apart from like heartbreak, like what emotions do you put into your music and draw from most?
I mean, so a lot of the stuff is what I've been through. So obviously when I would write songs when I was younger, I hadn't experienced any of that. But other than heartbreak, because a lot of my two songs that I've released were about breakups, but I wanted to write it in more of like a fun way. So even though the lyrics are about heartbreak and about being hurt by someone, I want to I like to make music that makes other people dance and feel good, and not worry about, the stuff that they've been through. Which is kind of confusing because the lyrics in both of my songs are about being betrayed by someone or getting cheated on. But it's more just about thinking, you know what, I'm not going to worry about the person who's betrayed me. I'm just going to have a good time. And yeah, I try and portray that a lot in my songs.
Yeah, I love the pop vibey thing. I
Hmm.
know people write about heartbreak in like very sad way, but sometimes hearing it with like an upbeat melody, it's really fun to listen to.
Yeah,
And
I love
thank you.
like pop music and everything. I just that's a bit of me.
No, I seriously like love it, and I'm missing it in a lot of artists where I think a lot of people are kind of afraid to put fun in a heartbreak, but I think it's kind of like you can find magic in it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
when I listened to your songs, I was like, wow, like I loved it so much. Like I can shake my ass and crying at the same
Yeah.
time.
Thank you so much. That means the world, honestly. Thank you.
So I have two songs out. We're gonna first talk about "Hold on Me."
Hmm.
Um, What was the inspiration behind this song and what story were you aiming to tell?
So, oh, I hate it because I'm literally just talking about heartbreak, and no, I don't like that, but it is what the song is about. So, I wrote this song about one of my exes who it was quite a toxic relationship, and hold on me is basically about someone having a hold on me. So even though I know I deserve better, I still keep going back to this person. um one of those toxic relationships where you can't fully let go. um yeah, I wrote it about that, and yeah, that's basically what it's about.
Mm.
Yeah.
That does the person know that it's about them?
No, no, I don't think they ever will. I don't think they follow me anymore. Even,
Okay. Because sometimes I'm hearing stories like I sent it to my ex, and I'm like, you have balls to do this.
yeah, I don't think it would really be his vibe anyway. I don't think it's the type of music he listens to.
Okay. Well, he's missing out.
Yeah.
And musically, it's, as we mentioned, pretty upbeat. So, how did you approach it? Like, did you have a specific sound or mood in mind from the start?
I think, yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to make upbeat, catchy pop songs. Like, I love that. I love listening to them. And yeah, that's the type of artist that I aspire to be. So I just went into it kind of actually not really knowing what I wanted it to be about. I just knew that I wanted to write a catchy, upbeat pop song. And just when I went into the session, we just started writing down, things that I've been through and everything like that. It just kind of started from that, really. Yeah. And I just liked writing something that did mean something to me and still means something to me, but in like a pop, upbeat way. It was really fun to do.
And how was it for you to release this first song? Like, how did it feel? Like, I bet it took a lot of courage to actually like put out your stuff, but how did it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was super nerve-wracking and exciting at the same time. And obviously, it was something I'd never done before. So the whole process of actually releasing a song independently as an independent artist is a whole thing in itself. Like, I think people don't realize how much of a process it is going through the distributor and trying to get the album, not the album cover, the song cover together and everything. So it was a whole process in itself, but I did love every moment of it, and it was such a new experience. And yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun.
No, I bet. Like it's amazing. Like I don't know many artists who have a good debut song out because I mean obviously they're just starting, but I could just hear in your voice how mature is it and you
Oh,
know exactly what you're doing and that's what I really appreciate in that.
oh,
Mm,
thank you.
and I mean, it is obviously about heartbreak, but what other thing do you want people to like take it from and hope you they feel or connect with the most?
I think I just want people to, know their worth, because everyone can experience some type of heartbreak before and or like betrayal, and I just want people to know their worth and to know, this person's done you wrong, but you deserve so much better, and let's have fun. Let's be young and sexy and free and just, live life to the fullest and not worry about these people who have done us wrong. And yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And also your other oh, I'm sorry. Also your
That's
other track, Won't Be Dancing on My Own, has a title that's both empowering. Like when I first read it, I was like, oh, like this is gonna be amazing. But it's a bit bittersweet. Like what inspired the song? How did it come to life?
So this one actually, the whole story around this song. So me and my producer sat down again. We didn't know what it was going to be about. I just had the idea that I wanted it to be a song that people will play when they're getting ready to go out to and just like have fun with their friends and all of that. I just knew I wanted it to be something about that. And so we sat down and we came up with this whole story. So the whole story around this song, which most people don't know, obviously they can gather from the lyrics kind of what it's about. But the whole story is actually you going out to the club with your friends, and then you have a boyfriend, and you've just gone out for a night out with your friends, and your boyfriend has told you that, oh, I'm working late tonight, so and then you're in the club and you see him with another girl. This is what the story we came up with was about, and it was really fun to make up a story around this because it actually really gave me a lot of inspiration for the lyrics. And yeah, and you see him with another girl in the club, and that's when like the lyrics, I see you over there, I'll stay over here, have you come to spoil my night, I want to be myself and I, like, um and then the bridge of it, why don't you figure it out, don't lie, you tell me that your boss let you off tonight. So that's what he's saying to me when he comes over to me. And then I say, such a shame, is that the best that you've got? So what, like, is that the best lie that you've got? And then why don't you fuck off like the rest I forgot, so it's actually like a whole story that we came up with, and it was really fun to come up with this story. The story actually is not true; it's not happened to me. Um, but yeah, it was so fun to get inspiration from a story that we just completely made up on the spot. Yeah,
That's amazing actually. I didn't know that obviously when I listened to it. I thought it like actually happened.
yeah, no, yeah, it's just a made up story that we came up with, and I think now when I tell people about it, they're like, "Oh my God!" Like the lyrics, that actually it's actually a story throughout the song. But yeah, that's how we kind of came up with the lyrics for the song. And actually, a fun fact about this song that no one knows until I tell them is actually the chorus is the demo vocals. So it's actually like the rough vocals that we recorded that we actually put out in the final thing, because we done like the rough demo version on like our first session where I didn't even know if I was going to keep these lyrics the same. And when I went back to record the rest of the song and we were going to redo the chorus vocals, my vocals were just not cooperating with the chorus. Like they were like, nope, we're done here. Like we're not going to pull through for the chorus. So we actually kept the rough demo vocals in the final version. So yeah, that's a fun fact about the song.
Oh my god, I love it. I mean, I guess it was signed that you need to just like keep it that way and just not
Yeah,
change it much.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
My voice just was not cooperating on the day for the chorus, so we just thought, you know what, they sound good, so we're gonna keep it like that. So yeah, the whole rest of the song is like the proper vocals that I went there to do that day for the final vocals, but the chorus is still the rough like demo vocals, and we just kept it that way, and we liked it.
They're amazing, and the fact that you can really like feel the difference between like proper vocals and the demo vocals just shows how good of a vocalist you are, and
Oh,
that's amazing. Like
thank
wow.
you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
I love the storytelling kind of songs where you can really just like either relate to it or like make up something. As again, I love making up stuff. Whenever I'm listening to
Yeah.
a song, I make up a whole story around it and I don't even need to like relate to it. It's kind of nice to see artists not relate to songs in a
Yeah.
like 100% way, but just like
Yeah.
make up something because then you see like they're actually like really creative.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it as well, because I think people can relate it to their own situations. And even if, like, not necessarily you were in a club or not necessarily you saw your partner cheating on you, but you can kind of think about this whole scenario in your head, like, and relate it to something you've been through yourself. So, yeah.
No, no, I love it, and I do appreciate that you started in like in such a good foot, and that you tried something new because usually when artists start they try to write about their own experience and not really are trying to write either about other people's lives or just something that never ever like happened to them or
Mhm.
people around them. So this is really amazing, and I am rooting for you. Like you seriously have the enthusiasm and like
Oh,
hard work and like creativity, like all of it. So yeah.
oh, thank you.
How would you describe the sound of Won't Be Dancing on My Own compared to Hold on Me? Were you exploring new musical territory here?
Um, yeah, so I feel like Won't Be Dancing on My Own is a lot more upbeat, clubby, I think, compared to Hold on Me. I think Hold on Me is like a very good like pop song, very mainstream pop, whereas Dancing on My Own, it has the synths in the back, and I think it's just more of like a clubby kind of song. And when like we went into the session, again, I had no idea what I wanted the sound to be like. I know I wanted it to be, like pop ish, that, the same thing that I'd done before. But when my producer showed me the synths and stuff, I was like, yeah, yeah, I like that a lot. And I would say it's a lot more clubby than Hold on Me, definitely.
No, no, I agree definitely. Also, I noticed that, and since I just love Brat, the album and the whole era, and this was giving kind of, so I really just like enjoy this kind of music too.
Oh, that is such a compliment. Yeah, Brat was honestly my summer. The whole thing, Brat summer. That was my summer.
Yeah, mine too. I just loved it so much. Like I was living the era, and whenever I saw like a little green that was close
Mhm.
to the album cover, I was like, "Whoa, this is a
Yeah,
sign."
yeah,
Obviously, it wasn't, but we
yeah,
ball.
yeah. I just love like how kind of different Brat is. Like I'd never heard anything like that before, and I just think I don't. It just made me feel so many different things when I was listening to the whole album. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, me too. And I love how she shifted the eras. And if we're talking about eras, like, do you want to make like a proper era for, I don't know, your next project or projects in general?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I think that's the fun thing about creating like an EP or an album, that you can create this whole vibe around it and just have this new era of you. Like, yeah, I'm actually starting on an EP very soon. So that is really exciting. And I think it's just so exciting to, like I said, just find a new version of yourself and portray that through this whole project because it's such a project. Just like the color scheme that goes into it, just like the tiniest things that you wouldn't even think about when you listen to your favorite album. There's so much that's gone into it, literally from the colors to the clothes to the sound, that like everything goes together, and it's just so exciting. And yeah, I'm so excited to start on that. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, I'm so excited already. I mean, if you're willing to share, like, do you have an idea about what's it gonna be about, or just like you're starting like completely fresh?
Yeah, we're literally starting completely from scratch. I have no idea. And I think this is what's really going to help me as an artist myself to like also find who I really am, as Beau Madison. I think it's going to really help with that. But yeah, no, we're literally starting from scratch. I have no idea like anything about anything yet. I wish I could tell you more, but it's so new. But I'm so excited, and I'll definitely be updating everyone on like the little steps and stuff. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited too. And while like getting ready to it and like writing, like how do you personally approach songwriting? Like, does it come up easily? Do you start with like lyrics, or do you start with melody rather, or a specific theme? Like, how does it work for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's different each time for me. I have a bunch of like unfinished songs in my notes and just yeah, just like a bunch of lyrics and stuff and themes that I want to write about. So I think that really helps me going into a session where I'm like, I have a bunch of these lyrics. They might not even make sense at all whatsoever, but I have a few lyrics that I'm like, yeah, I can kind of stem something from this, and then I kind of go from there. And a lot of the time it helps me when we start on like the music and like the production first, for me to kind of improvise melodies over the top, and then I can add some of the lyrics that I already have in my notes, or even just create new ones to go with that melody that I've kind of improvised. And sometimes, I'll make up a melody and I'll be like, no, actually, I don't like that, and we'll have to change the whole thing. But definitely, like as a musician, when it feels right, when you have a melody and you're like, yeah, that's the one. You definitely know. So yeah, it really is. It varies from time to time with me, but normally I've got, lyrics in my notes, and then I'll create a little melody or something over the top, and then I'll start building from there, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's completely different for everyone. It also depends like whenever you have a good day to like go to the studio, or a bad day and you're just like feeling emotions. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. It's definitely interesting. I love hearing about that. People could talk about it for hours.
I know, like, because everyone's approach is so different, and I've like spoken to other musicians who tell me about their process, and I'm like, wow, that is amazing because I've never tried that out. And you can really like get inspiration from other artists and their approaches. And you can just think, oh wow, like I'm gonna try that. And it's just really inspiring listening to other people's approach as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And when we're talking about other musicians, I mean, I had a talk like 2 weeks ago, and with this other artist, we were talking about how music industry can just like stab your back with a knife, because they're happy for you when you're not more successful than them, but as soon as you're more successful, then they just like are not happy for you. Do you What's your relationship with music industry? Like, did you meet people who supported you, and how did it make you feel?
Yeah, so obviously I'm very new to the whole music industry thing. So I released my first song back in June. So I'm still very new. I think it's been okay for me so far. I think because I'm at music uni, I meet a lot of other people in the same position, and small artists like me, and we do all try and work together. But I have had a few times where people don't want to help as soon as like they see that maybe you might be, I don't want to say doing better than anyone else, because I think everyone's on their own journey, and everyone is like doing great in their own path. But I think some people just don't want to help others out. And I'm just very much for helping anyone out. Like, if you have any questions, like I had a girl message me and she said, oh, like I really want to start music, but I'm really nervous too. Like, how did you go about creating your first song and writing songs and stuff? And I literally was like, oh, like I gave her a call and I was like, this is like who I worked with for my first song. Message him, he's really amazing. And I just like helped her because I'm so for that, because the music industry is so difficult that we all need to help each other out, you know? And yeah, but I think, yeah, the music industry is definitely a scary place. And sometimes I do think to myself, oh, what am I getting myself into? Because it is very scary, but at the same time, it's all I want to do and it's all I've ever wanted to do. So I still keep pushing through, but it is a scary place. I can say that.
Yeah, I definitely see it myself as a fan and someone who like consumes it in like very big plate where I just like watch everything. And it's kind of disappointing that we when you're like in the same industry and you're not willing to help, like this is kind of crazy to me. I don't understand. That's why it was an idea to make this podcast. I mean, I don't have like millions of followers and I can like help much, but I mean, if someone comes across this and they find the person interesting and their music also, I mean, it's the least I can do, and also other people for me, and I'm really interested in that kind of stuff. So I guess it kind of helps, just like helping each other is really kind and human thing to do.
100%. Like, I think what you're doing is amazing. And no, I can't thank you enough, honestly, for asking me to come on here. Like, it's honestly, yeah, I can't thank you so much. I was so excited for this. And no, exactly. We just got to all help each other out and chase our dreams. And I mean, yeah, it's so scary as well being a woman in the industry as well, because I mean, it's scary when you get, messages from producers and stuff through Instagram that you've never met, and you have to go into the studio with someone you've never met as a woman. It's really scary sometimes. And just getting all the help that we can get. Yeah, it's just, I think, the best thing going into this industry because it is a scary place.
Yeah, definitely. And also, as you said, being a woman, like you have to be perfect and you have to be interesting. And if you dare to copy someone, even though I don't think I've ever seen like someone exactly copy someone, but if you take, I don't know, even an inspiration, you're a copycat and you need to evolve yourself and be better and not be embarrassing and say things that you're supposed to say. So it's really, really hard.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I think it's a scary place, but when it's your dream, I think you just gotta go for it. And I'm always willing to help other people out. And I'm so glad that, people like you messaged me and said, like, would you come on my podcast? Like, I just think it's so sweet. And I just love people like that are willing to help others.
No, of course, like I love doing that. Like this is seriously my hobby and I've always wanted to do that, but obviously I was very scared because English is not my first language and I was just so scared that people would like bitch about my accent or
No.
whatever.
You are doing amazing. I wish I could speak another language. Like, I meet so many people, and like the fact that you can speak another language is incredible because I wish I could, but I have tried. And yeah, it's not my forte. I mean, I could practice and I do practice. Like, sometimes I'm really into Korean dramas at the moment. I always have been, but I'm just into, like, obsessed with them. And I'm starting to learn a bit of Korean. But it's difficult. It's so difficult to learn another language. So you were doing absolutely amazing. So please, like, never feel embarrassed or anything, because the fact that you can even say a sentence in another language is incredible because I wish I could.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, but English is like so important for like so many people, and
Yeah.
also it's like everywhere. So you kind of need to speak this language to like understand internet and everything kind of. But yeah, like people can be mean sometimes, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it takes a lot of courage to put something out, like either music or like whatever people do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. I mean, the whole world, is so judgy. Everyone is judgy nowadays. The amount of people that I've met that, judge me for what I'm doing because I'm not, an established artist yet. People think what I'm doing is kind of embarrassing and like, oh, like, why is she posting that? And like, that's really weird. And, but no, if you love something, you've got to go for it. And, once you're successful, they're going to be calling back to you and saying, oh, hey, do you remember me? So, yeah, that's just what I think when people are mean to me about my stuff. I'm just like, yep, well, okay, we'll see where we are in 10 years and we'll talk then.
No, exactly. Like you're doing this because you want to and you're actually trying. And, people can be mean about whatever, but unless I don't see that you are trying to do something, then you literally have no space to talk about what I'm doing because you're actually doing nothing. So, yeah, but you're doing great. I'm sure you'll do amazing.
Oh, and you, and you. I mean, it's like it's the same as hate comments, I guess, like I get hate comments on my music and stuff, and it's always the profiles that have no profile picture, like zero followers, and it's like, come on now, like, do you not have something better to do with your life? But, you're giving me an extra comment, so I don't mind.
No, yeah, exactly. Like you're helping the algorithm. Like, thank
Yeah,
you, I
yeah, I
guess.
know. Like, thanks so much.
No, no, definitely. And the fact that, like they're not even using like their real name or like profile picture just like says a lot. Like just say you're insecure about your stuff, and the fact they even take like time of their day to comment something mean. If I
Oh,
don't personally like something, I just scroll like, okay, this was not my vibe, bye. But what?
yeah, no, 100%. Like if I don't, vibe with someone's music or something, I can still like appreciate it though. And maybe that's just because I'm a musician and an artist myself, but I can always appreciate, a different genre, even if it's not my cup of tea, I can still appreciate it. But it's the people who go out of their way to comment on things. It's like, really? Like, do you really not have anything better to do with your day? Like, obviously not, but you know, it's okay though, because you are helping me. So,
No, for sure. And social media being like this whole ass thing when you really need to be active and start to like make a proper career because,
mm.
people are just consuming media like all the time. How do you think it impacted you as an artist and like creating content or whatever and being active on social media in general?
I mean, because obviously social media is, the biggest thing of today. So, and especially with my career, it's the biggest thing. And I actually quite enjoy making content, and I think that is because when I've spoken to my producer about it, he's like, "Oh, like you're gonna have to do this amount of content. Like, is that okay?" Because sometimes he'll work with artists and they're just not really, they don't really like making content, and I actually really enjoy the content making. I think posting on social media as much as we need to is difficult, not because I like dislike it. Sometimes it's difficult, obviously, to make content every day or every couple of days. I normally what I do is I will make like a bunch of content one day, so I'll have like a few to post in the week, so it's not getting on top of me. But I think it's more about um my followers and stuff because I think people do, and I've heard from people that it's annoying when they just see the same song every time, and they'll scroll through someone's page and every single like picture or video they'll click on, it's the same song, and they're like, oh, I'm sick of it now. And it's difficult when you're also promoting your song because you want to do it enough to get people's attention, but you don't want to do it so much that people are going to get frustrated and annoyed and then end up not listening to the song when it comes out. So that's difficult as well. But I think, you've just got to do it for yourself. And being an upcoming artist, you've got to put yourself out there as much as possible. So even if it does get on people's nerves, you've just got to do it for yourself and the algorithm, because the algorithm always picks up on how much you post. And if you post a lot, then they put it out to new people. So yeah, you've just got to do it for yourself, I guess. But it is one of those things because it's like, people are seeing your stuff and they're like, oh yeah, we've heard this a million times. Like, I don't need to listen to it again. But yeah, it's one of those things. Social media is so big now, so you've just got to do it for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, it's kind. I mean, I'm not annoyed personally by it because I do understand why they need to do it and why you need to actually like create content to do this kind of stuff. Do
Yeah.
you create this content yourself, and how where do you take inspiration?
Yeah, so I do it all myself, and I think, sometimes I'll take inspiration from other things I've seen on my like For You page or something like that. But a lot of the time I'll just make, the content that seems to do well and stuff that goes with what my artistry is. So my songs are very catchy pop, like, and then for this song that I have just released, I wanted to make content that goes with the vibe of the song. So because it's quite a clubby vibe, I wanted to do a bunch of videos with like glitter on my face and just like have certain emojis that go with the song, so like disco balls and like the sparkly kind of vibe. I wanted to make a lot of content using that, but then also like just things like showing my friends my song for the first time. Like, I really enjoy doing content like that. um but yeah, a bunch. I think it makes it more fun when you set a theme around your song, and then you can, you know make content that goes into that as well. I found that really fun.
Yeah, I find it too, and especially when, on my For You page, there are usually artists that I listen to, and when there's someone like similar to the artist, or like I can feel the vibe, or it's just like a music I vibe with, then it's pretty awesome to like find someone new, and it definitely does help. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I really like it. I like making content. I mean, sometimes it can get a little bit draining, especially, and I will speak to like a few of my friends also who are upcoming artists, and we talk about how you'll spend so long making content on a specific day and then you'll post it, and then, not that it's about views and likes, it's not about that at all, because I am posting a lot for my followers as well to inform them that I've got a new song coming out. But it is sometimes disheartening when you post something and then, it will get like 10 likes and it's like, oh, I want to build a fan base here and it's not going out to anyone. It can be disheartening sometimes, but you've just got to push through and believe in yourself, and that's all you can do, really.
No, it definitely like can be, and I do understand. I feel like I can feel empathy towards it because I speak to kind of, I don't want to say a lot, but quite a few artists, and when I see that their video is doing not really well, even though it's like very goodly made, like that's another thing. Like someone puts so much hard work into one of the videos and it just doesn't do well, and it's annoying. Like the algorithm sometimes sucks, and I
Yeah.
guess all we can do is like push each other.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And when you're creating content, obviously you're an artist, but also you're like a human who experiences like real life stuff. And how do you kind of make like a difference in this? Like, do you want to be as real as it can be, or is there something that you just want to keep it to yourself? How do you kind of like make difference in being an artist and being a real human being with emotions and stuff going around?
Yeah, I mean, I think like definitely when I start to write more heart-wrenching songs that really portray, what I've been through in more of like a sad way where people can actually like cry to one of my songs, because I definitely want to make songs like that as well. I love making upbeat pop songs, but I also want to make songs that people cry to, which sounds horrible, but I do want to like make songs like that too as well, to portray what I've been through as well. But I don't know, it's difficult with social media as well because you want to keep some of like your personal experiences back. But then also, I do love helping people, and I think that's the most beautiful thing with music. You can, help people through so many different situations, and having people message me and say, "Oh my God, I love your song. Like it's helped me so much." Like that is such a like landmark for me. Um because you do want to help people and put out things that you've been through, and make people feel like you're not alone. If you're going through this and you feel like this, I have too. You're not alone. Um so yeah, I think when I start to, continue making music and start to write songs that are more sad and people can really, really relate to, I like don't mind being vulnerable in that situation at all, because I want to help people and no make them feel like they're not alone at all.
That's very kind. Thank you for sharing. I mean, yeah, it's nice to connect with your favorite artist, but also we need to really think about what we're saying to our favorite artists, because obviously they're humans and they're not your therapist. And I've met with quite a lot of people who were really like overwhelmed with some of the messages. Did it ever happen to you when you got sent a message where a person was like explaining something really in detail, and he obviously wanted to help, but it also, with mental health and everything, like it took you kind of like made you sad?
Um, I haven't personally like had any messages like that, but um, I think I just I don't know. I think because I haven't had any messages like that, I can't imagine what like a message like that would say. But I think for me, I just am such a like helping, caring person. Like if someone will send me a message like that, I'll probably just do my best to understand that they're not trying to, hurt me by saying something like that, and that I just want to help anyone going through anything, or if they've been through anything similar to me, I just want to help. But yeah, maybe if I'd gotten a message like that, I'm trying to think about how it would be worded, but I think just for me, as long as someone's not saying, because it's a very vulnerable thing, especially if I start to write songs that really, really are close to my heart, and then people start to say bad things about it, like that. I think that would really hurt, especially if it's something close to my heart. Um, but yeah, just to help people relate and stuff. I'm always there to help people with their mental health and anything they've been through. So yeah, my DMs are always open for anyone to talk to me. Always.
Thank you. Well, the your Instagram will be tagged below, so
Yeah.
you can
If
DM.
anyone needs to talk, I'm always here to talk to anyone.
Yeah, I also loved your when you put like the question box thingy on your stories, and I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I think it's nice catching up with people. And hearing if, because some people are nervous, I think, to reach out personally and DM someone, and I think if someone has a question or they want to talk, sometimes it can make them feel a bit better if it's just on like an Instagram question box or something. They might not feel like it's as personal to ask, so that can sometimes be nice if people are a little bit more shy to ask for something. But yeah, my DMs are always open, and I love having like little catch ups with my followers and stuff because it's really nice.
yeah, and I love it so much. I love when people are true to willing to share themselves. And with that, like, did you have an approach with a fan where it really touched you by what they said?
Literally everything you have sent me. Like, honestly, like, it's just so sweet. Actually, starting to get people who believe in you and believe in your music. It's such a just wholesome feeling for a small independent artist, I think, because you do so much recording and writing, and it takes so much time out of your days, and just your mental health. You are just like mentally drained because you're just up all night writing and then recording and making content, and then for people to actually like take the time out of their day to message you and just say I love, just as small as I really love your song, is just incredible, and it's just so wholesome. And the messages you have sent me, honestly, like I'm gonna go through and screenshot them and like put them in a folder because they're so cute.
Thank you. Well, I really do mean it, and I do
Thank
understand how much time it takes, obviously. And as I said, like you have only two songs out, but I already in like I can envision your whole like future, and you're just gonna do really, really well. And I'm really proud of you. Like this is you don't have to be ashamed, and you're also a kind person. And talking to you has been such a blessing. I can also educate myself in so many things and ways and how to be a better human also. So yeah, it really does mean a lot to me also.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet.
And talking about future, like how do you hope your music evolves over time? Are there any genres or sounds you like to explore in the future?
Um, Oh, you know what? I love, the music that I actually listen to on a day-to-day basis is so different from what I make and the artist that I want to be because I'm obsessed with jazz. I love jazz. Anything jazz, like I love it so much. So yeah, I think also collaborating with other artists like that really helps you to get a new sound, I think as well, because you can bring their sound into yours and mix it. And I think it's just an amazing experience collaborating with other artists too. But I definitely think I just love jazz. I'm trying to think like the crossover, like poppy jazz, but I think I'm here for it. Like I would love to experiment.
And I would love to hear it because I love jazz as well. When I took piano lessons, I finished 4 years ago, I think, three. And the last thing I played, like on like an exam thing, I don't know how to really explain it, but basically like a last concert when you just like finish and they give you a grade, and it was actually jazz. So I really am like for it. Like I definitely would listen to it. I also love like jazzy music where I'm just like doing my homework and I just put like a jazz coffee shop and I just listen to this.
I love jazz, and then I also love like the weekend, that type of vibe as well. Um I love that as well. So I would definitely be I'm just down to try anything really. I think that's the best thing about being an artist and a musician, just like the creativity and trying new things. I just love it. Like I'd be down to do anything, honestly.
Well, I'm looking forward to whatever you're doing. And also you mentioned collaborations. What would
Like,
you be your dream collaboration and why?
oh, is it boring if I say Ariana Grande again? So I already mentioned
No, no,
it.
like
um,
definitely.
Yeah, I just think just because she is just so like her voice, like come on, like this woman's voice is insane. I I cannot. Every single time I see just a new video of her singing live, I'm just obsessed. I'll listen to it on repeat for like half an hour. Her voice is just incredible, and I just think everything she's been through, like she's so strong. Um, and just her songs, I just love her. Love her.
Like kind of talking about her. What's your favorite song or like an album if we're talking?
Oh, well, Eternal Sunshine. Um, like, yeah.
Okay.
But then also Dangerous Woman. Like, I feel like all the songs off that album, I just play on repeat. Like, what would be my favorite song? I think off Dangerous Woman, I think my favorite song is actually Thinking About You. Have you listened to that one?
Oh, I love Ariana. Yes, I
Yeah.
love it.
That is, I think, one of my favorite songs ever from her, actually. And a lot of people that I've mentioned that to, they're like, "Oh no, I haven't listened to that one." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I love that song so much. I also love her song "Every Day," with Future. Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
I love that one too. I just think that's like so sexy and just like I love that song so much. But all of her songs, honestly, incredible. And yes, and obviously.
Yes. Yeah, talking about every day. Well, I love the music video. Everyone calls it boring, but I think she
Oh,
looks awesome in it.
oh, she looks so hot. And oh my God, wait, I don't think that music video is boring at all. I think it's like low-key crazy.
No, it is, but I've seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, this is her worst like music video. Like it's so boring. Like she's just like singing and not doing anything interesting." And I'm like, "Are we watching the same music video or like what?"
Yeah, I know. Like, I think it's incredible. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, and about thinking about you when I think I was scrolling through Twitter and I was like 15 or 16. I remember it was quarantine and someone explained what the song really meant and I was like I was crying to the song every single day and you're telling me that it's about something completely different.
I know it's like so many songs we would sing to when we were younger, and like we had no idea what it's about. And now we've gotten older, we're like, oh, so I was like 7 singing about that. Okay.
Yeah. So it is kind of funny to find out about some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm. What do you hope listeners will remember most about your music and your journey as an artist? I know it's a hard question, but I thought it would be interesting to answer
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I think I just want them to. I think my biggest thing that I want to portray, just in general, through my music, just everything, is that to know your worth. Because I've been through stuff where I've just thought, by the end of it, I've just thought so little about myself and just thought, like, just so down about myself, and it's so horrible, and I just never want anyone to feel like that because everyone is perfect in their own individual way, and I just never want anyone to feel like that, and I just want everyone to know their worth, chase their dreams, and just believe in themselves. And I think no matter what song I'm writing, whether it's about a heartbreak or about something else. I just always want people to remember that that is my main message going forward as an artist. And also having the chance to like and gaining followers and gaining a platform, that's just always something that I'll want to portray to people, just to know their worth and just never feel down about yourself. And when you are, just listen to my music and maybe it will remind you of your worth.
Yeah, I love it how you just said it and described it. And yeah, I really think and hope that people will take what you said from it because I personally will. I'm sure of it. So yeah.
I
Hmm.
think it's a difficult world we live in. I think with social media, it's difficult to feel good about yourself when you go on and you're seeing so many people, and everyone does it. You look at someone, you're like, oh, I wish I looked like her, or I wish my body looked like hers, or something like that. And I do it. Everyone has had a time where they've done it. And I just think it's so important to just remember that you are perfect the way you are, and you never have to look like someone else to be happy, or to feel good about yourself, because you were made the way you are, and you need to love yourself, because even these people that you look at and wish you looked like definitely have days where they feel like that too. It's just a cycle with social media. Like, it is really sad, but I just want everyone to remember that. And whoever is listening, and if you feel like that sometimes, just remember that I'm always here to talk, and just to never feel like that, because you are the way you are and you're perfect the way you are. And it's beautiful that everyone's so different as well. But yeah.
That was so kind. Whoever heard it, I'm sure they are sobbing because I am almost sobbing. Like this is very kind. Thank you. I just hope many people would be like that, but unfortunately it's not true. But the best we can do is try.
Yeah. No, we just stick together in this sad, horrible world.
Yeah, and with everything that's happening recently, I think the best thing we can do is just support each other.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
If you could describe your music in just 3 words, what would it be?
Hmm, good question. Um, I think catchy, definitely. I feel like sometimes catchy, I've heard from people. I think it's a good thing, but for some people, they're like, "Oh, your song's been stuck in my head all day," and I'm like, "Well, sorry." Catchy, fun, and hmm, I want to say sexy because I want people to feel sexy when they listen to my music.
Well, definitely. I'm just like jump. I wish you could see. Maybe I should have recorded myself when I first listened to your songs. Like when I saw you followed me, and I was like, "Who is this fine girl? And what? And she's a musician. Like, oh my god!" And I just went to your Spotify, and it was like 9 p.m. and I just went straight to like listening to it, and I was just like jumping around like crazy.
I mean, yeah, I would say sexy because I mean, I feel like it's not for everyone. I feel like people would definitely call like the weekends kind of music sexy, definitely. I just want people to feel sexy when they listen to my music and just to feel hot. Um, and to just know that they're that bad bitch. Am I allowed to swear on here? I'm so sorry if
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes, yes.
I'm so sorry. I like swearing, and you're like, no, cut the tape, cut the tape.
No, no, no. You're allowed to for sure. Like this is
I
not for kids.
I just want people to know that they're that bad bitch when they listen to my music because you are, and
Thank you. You are too. No, because yeah, I don't know. It was like a week ago. I don't know, honestly, like when did I listen to you first? I think a week ago. I'm not sure. And I went to school and I had your song in
oh,
my headphones and I was singing along and I didn't realize. And this old man was like approaching me and he was like, "Are you okay?" Because people in Slovakia are really weird. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to."
wait, speaking of that, because I didn't actually ask where you were from, and now you've said Slovakia, it makes sense because when I go onto like my artist thing and I can see who streamed my song, the most it says Slovakia. And I was thinking, because we hadn't had this conversation before, and I was thinking, oh, who's in Slovakia that's streaming my song? Because it's like number one on my streams. And now I know I cannot thank you enough.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, well, it's me. You know it now.
Because we've never like had the conversation before. And I was thinking because like the second one was like the UK, I think. Yeah, but the number one was Slovakia, and I saw it, and I was with my mum, and my mum was like, "Oh yeah, I think that's me," because she works with someone from Slovakia, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I told them to listen to your song." So I was like, "Oh okay, maybe it's my mum's work colleague," and then and now I know it's probably you because I don't think my mum's work colleagues are going to be listening to it that much. I doubt it's very much their vibe.
No, I've had it on repeat when I was just like cleaning my room and obviously then going to school and like everywhere and still even like I think today I went on a walk and yeah, it's just like on repeat. So yeah, I guess it's me.
You, oh no, thank you so much. No, that was just so funny because we'd never had that conversation before, but now I know it's you.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's pretty small country, so people just like I don't think many people know about Slovakia unless like you know history and you know that we used to be Czechoslovakia and then we like divided and then
Yeah.
Czechia, Slovakia. So, but yeah, yeah,
Well, no, I can't thank you enough, honestly, because you're number one on my streams.
that's it. It's an honor to be your top listener, and I'll make sure to keep it that forever. Sorry to everyone who listens to this, but Slovakia will be number one forever.
You will, yeah, you will forever be. Because I don't actually know how much it changes. I should probably know this, but you've been number one since I released it, so.
Well, yeah, it makes me happy. I'll make sure to keep streaming, and everyone should too. I'm gonna put your Spotify down below so you can listen to.
Oh, thank you
Oh,
so much.
do you have any fun facts you want to say about yourself that people might know, even as an artist or maybe as a human, real life human also?
So actually, yeah. So when I was 14, my mum had entered this competition on this. I mean, you might know it. Do you know Capital Radio? It's over in the UK. Have you heard of
Yeah,
it?
but I know it. Yeah.
It's like the biggest, one of the biggest in the UK. And my mum had entered just a competition. You know, sometimes they have like competitions where you could just enter through the phone. And the competition was to win a chance to go and meet Little Mix at the Capital Radio Studios. Um, so then my mum, it's so funny actually. She entered the competition like not thinking anything of it. She just thought, oh, this would be fun because literally Little Mix was my childhood. And she she won. So she won the competition, and this isn't the end of the story, but this is just like a funny thing that happened. They'd called her back, so she was on like live radio, and she was in this place called the Toby Carvery that is popular in the UK. It's like a place you can go and get a roast dinner every single day of the week, and it's really good. I love it there. And she she was in the Toby Carvery when they called her, and she was live on the radio, and they were like, "Oh, where are you now? You've just won, like, to go and meet Little Mix." And she was like, "Oh, I'm in the Toby Carvery." And it was just like that was just really funny. It was just so random that she was there. Anyway, so then I went with my mom and my dad to the Capital Radio Studios, and I met Little Mix. And when I was there, I was like my 14-year-old self, I was like, "Oh, can I sing with you? Like, can we get a video of me singing with you?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." So I have a video of me singing with Little Mix. I sung their song Little Me, which I don't know if you know, but I sung that song. And yeah, I just that's a fun fact. I've still got the video. I look a lot different then because I'm actually a fake blonde. Don't tell anyone. Everyone listening to this, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I'm actually a fake blonde, and I was like brunette back then, so I look so different. But yeah, it's such a funny video. I was actually thinking about posting it recently as like a funny video of me singing with them. But yeah, it's so funny. Yeah. That's a fun fact.
No, that would be so funny if you posted it. I'm sure a lot of mixers would appreciate that. And it's so funny. And if you said like this backstory or like post this from here, like it would be so fun. I'm sure. I'm sure.
This was like the first time I've really like obviously I told people like my friends at the time, but this is like the first time that, you know, people outside of my friends know this because I to be fair, I completely forget about it because it was so long ago, but it was so funny and yeah, I was just like, "Hey, can I sing with you?" And then we just got a little video and yeah, it's kind of cute actually.
No, that's so sweet. I'm sure it is. Like I
Uh,
think it would be so adorable.
they were so nice as well, honestly. Like at the end of the video, they're all like, "Oh, you're so cute," and they like give me a hug. Like it's so sweet.
Aw. Well, always meeting like artists is usually like a nice experience, of course. So yeah, I'm very happy for you. I'm sure it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was so nervous because we were waiting because they were like live on the radio and we were sat in the other room like waiting and we were listening to their like live radio thing and I was so nervous and then they came in and I was like, "Oh, can I sing with you?"
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is very funny.
Yeah.
It would be amazing to say like on tour or something one day when you're
Yeah.
big and
I
popular.
know.
Be
I
like,
could put
wow.
on video and be like, "Hey, Little Mix, do you remember me?" I was I was that weird girl that asked to sing with you because it was like early. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they were probably like, oh gosh." Like, yeah, I was that girl that asked to sing with you at 6 in the morning, like 10 years ago. But
Oh my god, like are the meet and greets in the radio that soon? Like that's kind of insane.
Yeah, I know. I think just because it was like a breakfast show, so it was like really early in the morning. And yeah, because I don't think they do it a lot. I think it was just a random competition that like my mum just entered. Because a lot of the time it's like competitions like, oh, win this amount of money, but this one was to meet Little Mix. So I don't think they'd done it before, or I don't hear them do a lot of competitions with meeting artists. So yeah, I was really lucky that we got in and got to meet them, and I got to sing with them.
Yeah, well, that's a shame they don't do it anymore, or not much. But yeah, I'm sure it was fun and a great experience. And since they're not, together or they're on a break, then and you met them when they were still together.
I know. Oh, Little Mix is just my childhood. I love them.
When you're not making music, what else inspires or excites you in life?
Um, well, I do a lot of dancing because I've done dance since I can remember as well. So I would say that as well, just dancing. I want to actually portray a lot more of dancing as well in my content and stuff like that because I haven't posted a lot about that. But I am also planning to do some music videos for my songs. So I really want to incorporate dance into that as well because that's the type of artist I want to be as well, like incorporate dance into it as well because that's always been my life as well. Um, so yeah, I'd say that. And then I also love like painting and stuff like that. I feel like it's a way to clear your mind, especially if I've been in the studio all day or something. It's just nice to paint something, or I love to bake as well. Baking and cooking, I just love it. Just trying new things. This Christmas, I'm gonna try and attempt to make a beef Wellington myself. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna try it, and I'll send you a picture of how it goes. I'm not sure if it's
Yes,
gonna end up
please.
well, but
Yeah,
yeah, I love to do all of those stuff. So yeah.
yeah. Me also. I love baking and cooking. Maybe you can do like a Zoom where people are baking together or something like that. It could be fun.
That would be amazing. Like, I really want to start to do some more like interactive things with my supporters as well. And just go on Zoom calls and just chat with all of you. I just think it'd be so fun. And yeah, we could do some baking together or something. I'd love that. I'd actually love that. Oh my God, I'm gonna set that up. Thank you for
That
the
would
idea.
be-
I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
no worries. Like I love that myself. I love joining like Zooms and all that kind of fun stuff. And recently we had a Zoom where we were making cookies, and yeah, it was fun. So yeah, definitely. Like I would be there.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I would love to do that. I'm actually gonna set that up. We should like make some like Christmassy like treats and bake some Christmassy stuff. I would love that.
Yeah, I would love that also. And also I'm gonna help my mom and grandma to like bake a little. So
Oh yeah.
let's go for them.
Yeah. No, I need to cook and stuff more. I just don't think my parents. I'm always like, Mom, Dad, like, let me cook dinner, and they're like, we'd rather do it, but you can you can try. I don't think they trust me and to cook for them. Yeah, I mean, I cook my mum stuff. My dad's a little bit more picky. He's like, no, don't worry, I'll cook. I'll do the dinner. You sit and watch TV or something. I'll do the dinner. And I'm like, okay, well. He doesn't trust me with my cooking, but I am a good cook, I think. I think I can vouch. I make good pasta. So
No,
so good.
I'm sure you are.
I'm not trying to be a baker or a chef. I'm I'm trying to be an artist, but I can make good pasta, so that's all you really need. Pasta and some good like garlic bread or something to go with it, and then I'm happy.
Yeah, honestly, when you're gonna do hangout one day, you should just like cook pasta and we're gonna like share it with
Mm,
garlic. So
yeah.
down. So
Yeah.
down. And it would be original as well.
I mean, you can never go wrong with pasta and garlic bread ever. So,
No,
I'll
I
do.
agree.
Yeah.
And with dancing, like I love when artists are dancing and when even
Uh,
though they're not like professional dancers, but you did it like for quite some time and that's
yeah.
amazing. For one of my favorite artists is also Tate McRae and she's a
Yeah.
dancer. I love seeing that.
I take so much inspiration as well from Tate McRae. Like her stage presence, her dancing, like her songs, like everything. I love her too. And yeah, no, I love it too when in the music videos when they're all dancing and then on stage as well, when artists dance, I love it. And yeah, I've done it my whole life. I actually had a really bad injury though when I was like 13 because I did a lot of gymnastics when I was younger too, and I really badly dislocated my knee, and I was in like a massive knee brace for about 6 months. It was always like a running joke at my school because everyone would just know me as this girl that was on crutches and had this massive knee brace on for about 6 months. So after that, I gave up dance a little bit because I was so nervous about it happening again. 'Cause, oh, it was so painful. Um, but like recently in the last couple of years, I've gotten back to it and I just love it. It makes me so happy. So yeah, I am definitely gonna portray that more in my content, and then definitely when I do music videos as well, you'll see some dancing in there. So it's exciting.
No, I'm sorry about the injury, but also that you did not give up. Like, takes a lot
Yeah,
of courage. So, yeah, I'm so excited. Like, I love when people are dancing in music videos. It makes me dance too. So, yeah, definitely. I'm so, so excited.
me too. It's gonna be so fun. I've got exciting things coming up. So yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned. And I've run out of questions, unfortunately. But the last thing I always ask an artist is to kind of forward a message to any other small artist that can and maybe is listening to
Yeah.
this right now. So if you want to share something to other artists as well.
I think just to literally go for it because I was in the position, maybe even like a year ago, I want to say, where I knew I always have known I've wanted to do this, but I think doing it is, which sounds silly, but actually getting up and doing it is really, really difficult because when you're starting off, you don't know who to go to, you don't know who to message and like producers, you don't know about anything when you're first starting out, and it can be really scary to reach out to people. But what I did was I just started messaging people, asking other people who to message. And then I think once you've got like your first song out, then you kind of have been through all of that before, so you can just do it again. And eventually it just gets so much easier. And I would just say to just do it. If you believe in yourself and you want to do something, just do it. And never, like, if you ever have any questions, like for me, if you ever want to message me about who I've worked with or like how I've got inspiration for something or just any questions at all of like how I started out, then please DM me. I'll be more than happy to help because it can be so scary starting out something. But I would just say if you believe in yourself and you want to do something, just go for it and don't let anyone stop you ever. Yeah.
Oh, that's very kind. I'm sure whoever heard it is very, just happy to have someone that understands music and can help them. So thank you. Thank you for saying this.
No worries at all.
I really enjoyed this time and it was so fun. And I hope we will chat soon when, I don't know, your EP comes out or something like that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yes. So exciting. And thank you so much again for having me. I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so excited for whatever you're gonna do, and we are all rooting for you. And yeah, hope to chat soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Bye, love you so much, and stay
I love
tuned for
you.
more.
Bye.